Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me and allowing me to continue to be your daily advocate. If you're new here or you're not subscribed for any reason, please do me a huge favor and hit the subscribe button. Thank you to all of you who have been watching and following me for so long. It truly means a lot, and I'm glad that I can be this person.
According to a former SEC official, the SEC $1.3 billion case against Ripple has a reasonable possibility of being unsuccessful on the merits. According to CNBC, Attorney Joseph Hall has also voiced concerns about what the SEC's ultimate goal may be in the high-stakes litigation against Ripple, which might have implications for the whole cryptocurrency industry. The lawsuit asserts that they are unregistered securities as a consequence of their failure to notify the SEC about their sale of XRP tokens, which began in 2013 and continues to this day. There are other people listed in the lawsuit, including the firm's co-founders Brad Garlinghouse and Christian Larson, who are designated as defendants. The Securities and Exchange Commission has been working to prove that securities fraud happened as a result of this situation for quite some time. Hall, a former managing executive for policy at the Securities and Exchange Commission, revealed the following in a conversation with host Tony Edward on the Thinking Crypto podcast on Tuesday. "I'm not entirely sure what the SEC is planning on proving in the XRP litigation. By the way, did you know about this? Let us know in the comment section down below. The implications for the Securities and Exchange Commission and the cryptocurrency industry as a whole are significant. A lot is riding on the outcome of this litigation," says Hall, and the SEC's entire regulatory project could be effectively shut down if they lose on the merits of their lawsuit. He went on to state the following, "And I continue to think there is a pretty good chance that the SEC will lose on the merits. As a result of the SEC failure to provide reasonable notice of its investigation, Hall believes Ripple has a strong claim, according to him. The Securities and Exchange Commission requires that people and organizations be notified that they are being inspected before any inspection may take place. I'm very sympathetic to that argument. It's a basic due process argument. The Ripple network was operating for years before the last-minute filing of a lawsuit against them." Comment, XRP Army, if you believe the SEC should just cancel the case by now. Furthermore, there is even more interesting news on the SEC against Ripple case, this time coming from an organization known as Library, which is a legal defense fund. Following the company's accusation in March 2021 of conducting an unregistered sale of digital asset securities, a complaint against the Securities and Exchange Commission has been launched against Library, a blockchain-based file sharing and payment network. Library has categorically disputed the allegations. According to the SEC, Library distributed digital asset securities known as library credits to a significant number of investors, including those based in the United States, without first registering with the agency, as was required by law. Library has denied the claims. Consumers who participated in the firm's initial coin offering, ICO, are believed to have contributed more than $11 million in US dollars, Bitcoin, and services, according to the company. It has gotten even more attention recently because of the SEC's recent attempt to incorporate the decision in SEC versus Library into the SEC versus Ripple case's jurisprudence. Do you agree with Library? If yes, then make sure to like this video. Following the announcement, the cryptocurrency exchange Library took to Twitter to notify the public that the SEC just stated in verbal argument in our case that they have not asserted that Bitcoin or Ethereum is not a security. Both cases are still in the process of being resolved. It is their understanding that Hinman's words represent his own personal point of view. As a result of Magistrate Sarah Net Burns' ruling that Hinman's 2018 speech on Ether was not protected by the First Amendment, the SEC has decided to refer to it as personal opinion. This has been a hotly debated issue in the SEC versus Ripple case, as the SEC spent much of the lawsuit arguing that Hinman's 2018 speech on Ether was his public guidance. Earlier this week, it was requested that a motion for partial reconsideration and clarification of Magistrate Judge Net Burns' DPP ruling be reviewed, and that a decision be reached as soon as possible. Owners of Ripple and XRP were delighted with the initial decision, and they were allowed as amicus curiae in the Court of Appeal, friend of the court. The court order, according to attorney John Deaton, was a triumph, but he asserted that the most significant win was not the speech draft itself, but rather the notes taken during meetings with third parties who were not involved with the corporation. According to Jeremy Hogan of Ripple's legal team, there is a reasonable possibility that the SEC is concealing something really bad. He suggests that this would be a reason for the SEC to do whatever it could, including contradicting itself repeatedly in the personal opinion versus public guidance dichotomy in order to prevent the documents from falling into Ripple's hands. Library discrepancy is brought up by Hogan, who says, "Let me read your future. In a couple of months, the SEC will say that it was not really his personal opinion, but that it was the opinion of the Division of Corporation Finance." As part of its decision, the SEC opposed the SEC request to push out the trial date, which might imply that the library case will be concluded before the SEC versus Ripple case is finally resolved. However, XRP investors are already optimistic about the result of the lawsuit, despite the fact that the majority of the community is delighted with the news. However, they have maintained their greater levels of activity irrespective of the market conditions experienced in December and January. After suffering a setback earlier in May 2021, the network's transaction volume has begun to recover and grow again. It was just 10 days ago that it reached the 2 million user mark for the first time. Although the number of investors has decreased to 1.69 million, given the present degree of uncertainty, some may prefer to remain in this region. The presence of investors in the market, which reached a peak of 163K in late January, is a second element to take into consideration. The number of active addresses dropped to 93K at their lowest point, but it looks to have begun to grow again in the last 48 hours, according to the most recent data. As a side note, investors who have already sold out may be encouraged to return because the cryptocurrency's value has managed to avoid falling into the negative area, despite having plummeted by 45.16% since its peak. It can be seen from the MVRV ratio that, despite its slide into the bearish neutral zone, XRP has managed to keep its value above 1.0, which would be extremely beneficial in attracting investors to the cryptocurrency. Due to the fact that XRP's network expansion has slowed significantly over the past several months, this is vital information. There is evidence that user adoption has reduced as a result of this trend. This is especially true if the currency is able to hold a solid position above the $0.7551 level, as it did on February 25th, when it saw a 10.54% gain. What do you think about the SEC chances? Do you think there's any chance for them to win anymore? Let us know in the comment section. If you want to continue to know about XRP, we have got 2 videos waiting for you on the end screen to check out. Make sure to subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next video. Kindly note that prices of cryptocurrencies frequently change, so by the time you watch this video, it might have changed to a whole new value. The information provided in this video does not constitute investment advice, financial advice, trading advice, or any other sort of advice, and you should not treat any of the content as such. The content in this video is for educational purposes only and hence should not be considered financial advice. Do conduct your due diligence and consult your financial advisor before making any investment decisions.
So enjoy your day, everybody. I'm always here for you. Leave any comments or questions below and be sure to subscribe. But thanks, everybody. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your day, and I always have your back. So thanks so much, everybody.